Hey, beautiful souls. Hello, hello, and welcome to Ursula's Journey. I hope that y'all are doing amazing, amazing on today. I hope that you're doing well and your families are doing well, you all. I have a Dollar General haul for you all, and I am in my office and I am about to burn up. I just realized that. I was like, oh my gosh, my husband's in the kitchen cooking, so I couldn't go in the dining room area because he is just Alexa music. And so I had to close the door because I didn't go in the bedroom to turn his sports down. And this is what he likes, all of this stuff. So I was like, what can I grab at my desk? So I grabbed my retirement brochure thing. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't have a fan in here, you all. And today it was like almost 80 degrees. I live in Birmingham, Alabama. So it's like that I know in many places. And it was like, who would hit me? And Fur Baby, he's here on the floor, you all. So he's going to want to get up and go in a minute too. So I was like, let me close my door. Then all of a sudden it hit me. But anyway, beautiful souls, I am so excited to be coming to you all with a Dollar General haul. I'm going to tell you on my short, you all saw me mention about the Dollar General that I went to. If you haven't, go and watch it. I did a little different way to work. This is the way I used to go to work when I first started there years ago. But I started exiting off this exit now because the other way, they're working on the roads. And first thing is that I had been seeing deers on the side of the road dead. And a couple of times I passed by my principal, I mentioned I saw the deers over in the right, like they're trying to get up in the trees there. So I'm like, okay, I don't want that to happen. Then the main thing that really happened is that a rock popped our window. And I'm like, oh my gosh. My husband's like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, let me not be on the road with construction and the deer. So I'm going the other way. But anywho, that way, you all, I've been to that Dollar General years ago. So when I was coming home one day last week, I happened to look down the road. I said, well, I'm going to go on home because now it gets dark early, right? So I was saying, well, I'm going to see that Dollar General is still over there. But anyway, all of a sudden I was like, let me just look. And when I looked right there, you all, I saw a Dollar Tree. I laughed. I flipped that switch over, the actual turning, and tried to get over, and it went on down. But as I went on down, I saw the Dollar General was there, you all. So I was excited about that. When the Dollar General, and when I went in, it was like just something excited came over me because the store was nice. It was stocked up well, which this has not been happening, you all. This has not been happening with the stores as it relates to everything being stocked up and nice and set up. And it's nothing against the stores. It's just that they don't have many people working. But when I went in, as I mentioned, I saw one of the parents of our school was there. She said, I'm over here helping in this store. And I said, where's your dollar aisle? When I went, it was stocked nice and neat. And I was just in hog heaven. So I have a couple of things here I want to share with you all. I did share a few in the short, and I did purchase some more things, you all. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and show what I have. I purchased these actual to-go box of Tylenol. They're Go Packs, 3 portable pouches. It's 2 tablets per pouch. There are 6 caplets, 500 milligram. My husband take these with his severe pain in his knee, and sometimes he'll say, you got some Tylenol? Which, I don't take pills much. So I was like, let me get these here. And he don't even know that I have them. I'm just going to put them up in the actual linen closet there and just have them. I'm not even going to show him. I'm just going to put them up there. So he say, do you have any Tylenol? I'm like, yeah, here it is right here. And I'm going to just put these up here. They're little individual pouches. They're great to have for you to drop in your purses, you all, and things like that. Because what I have been doing with a lot of things from Dollar General, I actually have been putting them, separate them like the little stain wipes and different things, separate them and put them in my purse and some at work as well. So I purchased these, you all, and these are great for the go. $1. Everything I purchased was $1, you all. The next thing I purchased are the Vapor Shower tablets, you all. I'm going to probably try these out maybe one day this week. I'm excited. Another thing, you all. This is my week off, Thanksgiving week. Working in the education arena, excited about that. So I am off this week, so y'all will see me coming in, doing more. And I'm probably going to do some lives as well. So I'm excited about this, you all. So, but anyway, I have the Amore Premium. And I've never used these, but I've heard, my nose itching, excuse me, y'all. I've heard people talk about these refreshing and revitalizing vapor shower tablets with essential oils. 4 tablets. So I was excited about that. And I was like, let me get these here. And the direction says remove wrapping, Place the tablet in the shower floor directly under the water stream. Use 1 tablet per shower. Okay, this says this product is not intended for use in baths. So we don't put these in the bathtubs, you all. These are only for the shower. And you know, this time of the year, with the weather changing, sometimes you get a little stuffy because the house may get a little stuffy. And these are great to have. So I like that, you all. So I purchased these, and there are 4 in here. Sit them, over here. The next thing I purchased, you all, was something sometimes you want to have these around. And these are premium flexible drinking straws, 150 count. My husband sometimes like to have straws, so I was like, let me get a few straws. And we mentioned at work as well, someone was looking for a straw. And I was like, why not buy another box? I may take a few out and take them to work and put them in a storage bag and have them for here. And then take the ones in the box at work. So 150 of these, and they had some more with like a 90 count. So you have to really look at the different products they have on that dollar aisle, because they may have 2 of the similar or the same things, different actual product distributors or what have you, but the amounts are what I'm looking at. So they have a different 150, and these are some pretty colors. Like if people have little kids and grandkids or whatever, they like little straws and different things, and the colors are cute. So these are great to have. The next thing I purchased, you all, was a super shower foamer. So this is a bonus size, 20% more free. It is a 14.4 ounce compared to a 12-ounce can they normally have. And it says compares to scrubbing bubbles. So my husband did our shower on today, and I was like, let me get this out. And I had to go ahead and get my stuff together because he actually pulled out the paper towels. I'm like, you've got my paper towels. He knows when I actually put the things there. He said, have you done your videos yet? I was like, no. But anyway, the paper towels already been used up there, you all. I just got 1 of those for $1. But anyway, I said, let me get this stuff out so I can stock and put everything up. So compares to scrubbing bubbles. You can't beat that, you all. And it says wide area spray. Quick and easy cleanup for shower and tub. Cuts tough grime and soap scum. So we have a couple of years ago, had our bathroom done in our bedroom, the ceramic tile and all that. And my husband only uses certain things for it. So I'm going to see if he's going to use this. But it's a Home Bright. So he may be okay with it since compared to scrubbing bubbles. So I was like, can't beat this. So I got this as well, you all. And I did mention one of my hauls. I'm getting some things because I'm taking some things to my mom. My mom, she's funny. She may say, I don't want to use these things. And I get so tickled. I'm like, okay. So some things she won't use versus the things I would use. So anyway, I'll see if she wants some of these items I'm purchasing. So I'll be doing doubling things. Some things I've been taking, but sometimes she gets a little particular. You know how mothers can be. So that's okay. But anyway, some things that I may say that I'm purchasing that are repeat buyers will be things I'll be sharing. So these items I've just showed you all are things of first time buying, okay? The next thing I purchase every time I go in, I try to get garbage bags. Here, I like these. Of course, I was purchasing them in the Dollar Tree, but they have went up to $1.50. So the Smart and Simple Tall Kitchen Bag, drawstrings 8. And this is great. This is just my husband and I are here. And it doesn't matter how many times we take the trash out. These are great. We have not had any trouble with them as far as, busting or doing anything like that. We take them out to the trash can. But these here are great, and they were $1, you all. So every time I go in, I just grab them, and be fine with it. So I like these. Grab another 4 roll of Scott tissue, you all. Of course, Dollar Tree, $1.50. $1.50. So one day I mentioned in one of my hauls, Dollar Tree, that I just posted, I mentioned I went to Dollar Tree, and my husband was like texting me, we need tissue. And I'm like, well, I know I stock up downstairs, but he didn't get to go down there. So I said, never mind. So I went to Dollar Tree anyway. So I grabbed 1 just in case I didn't count right downstairs. So I grabbed 1, and it was $1.50. Did I want to buy that? Of course not, because my mind is set on $1 now. So I went on and got it. But, we usually buy the large amounts and whatever. Yes, I do that, but still like to just buy these and have them down there, because sometimes you never know if somebody may need something. I know at school we're doing bags and different things now for things for school that I am going to be putting together, as I mentioned in one of my videos about my my Snacks of Love bags. I'm putting together for school. So we're actually doing something at school. We're doing Deck the Halls, where all of our halls are going to be decked out. Everybody have certain halls to decorate and do. And our hall is going to be the gingerbread hall. So there are some things that we're doing for the kids. So I mentioned I was going to talk to my principal about doing my bags to donate. But anyway, we're going to be doing some things. So that's going to be a part of what I'm going to be sharing with you all. But, sometimes putting items like this, a pack of tissue and things for family boxes for Christmas, if you're going to feed a family or for Thanksgiving, whatever, this is something to have. Paper towels, tissue, garbage bags. These are things people have to use. So think about those things when you're actually putting together baskets and different things for the holiday season, you all. A great thing to put together. It's got tissue. The next thing I purchased, you all, were the actual Smart and Simple as well. The actual storage bags, 16 1-gallon bags. So there were about 2 or 3 other actual brands there. But what I did, I kept looking at my amounts. I looked at them, and this one had the most amounts. Everything was $1, but like I said, you have to look and see. If you're looking for amounts, of course we are, because they all are $1. So it was great to see that they had them. And I was like, okay, let me get these. And we don't freeze things. My husband's so particular with stuff. It's funny because he went and purchased a smaller deep freezer. He has it in the refrigerator in the kitchen. And he's old school. So it's like, you got to have a deep freezer and things like that. And that's great because we need to go back to these things, right? Because of the way the world is, the economy, but it's nothing in there. So it's so funny because he likes to go to the store every day. So that's what he does. So these are not the bags that I would use if I'm going to store food in a freezer. I would get the heavy duty storage bags, but these are things like I'm just going to, when he do different cornbread, he cook in the evening, or some biscuits or rolls or something, and I'll put them in here and put them up, something like that. So I like to have these, and they're the zip. Okay, so they don't have a little clasp on them, but I like to have these. And that's 16, so you can't beat these 16, right? And the last thing I want to share with you all was something new. We all have seen the Yardley, right, in the Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And the actual wipes used to be this size, but this is different, you all. These are the 8 on the go wipes, little packs. So let's open these up, you all. They're enriched with aloe vera, chamomile, and vitamin E. And when I went to the counter, as I mentioned in one of my actual shorts, the lady said, do we have those back there? I said, yes. And she was like, oh, and I should have gotten more. And I probably will go back and get more. Not this week while I'm out, because my drive to work is like 40 minutes, 45. But when I go back to work, I'm going to look and see what they have. But I'm going to do some shopping and hauls while I'm off this week too. But I'm going to go back because I just thought about, like, my niece is going to be going to college, next year. And these here, let's see. How are the expiration dates on these? I don't know. Let's see. It's July the 29th, 2026. July 29th, 2026. So it has a good bit of a, date on it and what have you. But anyway, for Christmas, if you want to put some little things together like this, and these are great to put in baskets as well. So it has a little tear there, and I had gotten the scissors for it, but I don't need them now since I see that. So let me show you all how they're individually done. I'm going to just take one out here. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Perfect. And there are 8 in here. And once again, it says enriched with aloe vera, chamomile, and vitamin E, but you do not flush. It has a little tab there. You pull it up. 8 are in here. I don't know the size of them or anything like that, but let's go ahead and look and see. Let's see. I don't recall a smell, which is okay. Everything has to be smelling so fresh. But it has the chamomile, it says, and vitamin E and aloe vera. Oh, that's a nice size, you all, to have. Yes. So you could use these, and it says, let's see, naturally inspired. I'm just trying to see what else is on there. So these are great if you want to just clean your hands, right? Or, ladies sometimes use these things as feminine wipes, If you have, longer days, if you have little girls, you have teenage girls, you're packing their little bags and their little feminine pouches and whatever, these are great to put in there. And by me working in a school, you all, it's great to have. Now, we don't just use things on children without parents' permission, but in case something is needed and we have to talk to a parent about something and what have you, we let them know some things they may have, or if a parent have to come up there and take care of their daughter. These are things that I can say, I have something in my purse, the parent or whatever. But of course, we don't just use things on the children without the parents, knowing, of course, you won't do that. But these are great. And there are, let me see, 8 packs. 8 packs in here, you all. So there are 8 packs in here. And let's see, how many do it say? It's 8 packs here. I'm not sure how many are in here. 8 wipes, I'm sorry, 8 wipes and 8 packs. So these are great to put in case you want to make some little different little pouches for the Christmas season. You can, hey, that's 8 right there. And then you can drop some other things in there. So there are great things that you can do with these, you all. And as I mentioned, there's no smell, which is good because everything has to have a smell, but it feels great. But these are great to just have in your purse, in your car. If we have little babies, grandbabies, these are great to have. When my son was young, he's 26 now. We only had baby wipes, right? That's all we had. But now I like these little small things here you can drop in when you have things when people go places with their babies after dinner or do different things. These are great to have to wipe your hands with, to wipe the baby's hands with. My day is like you had the only baby wipes, you had diaper bibs, right? And a bib. So it's great to just have so many different things that are more compact and easy for you to drop and have in your purse. So I like these. What do you think? Let me know, you all. Have you all purchased these and what are your thoughts? Because I'm thinking these are some great bags. And look at that. It takes back very great. So I'm going to just drop this in my purse. But anyway, I love that. And these are just great to have. Feels good on my hands. And I just love Yardley. Anyway, I do have the actual wipes that are about this size in the container itself you peel up. And I do have some of those. But these are great to have. Great to have. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Just that you see, and look at that. Nothing tearing or whatever. So this is great to have, you all. Like when you're going in the grocery store, you can wipe down of course, the buggy at work. I have some things. I like my desk in here. I wipe down my desk at work. When I use pencils and pens, sometimes I wipe my pen down when I use it again. It's just things we got to think about it and still be in that mindset of cleaning. But anyway, beautiful souls, this is my actual small Dollar General haul that I have here. Let me know your thoughts on some of the things. And if you're going to Dollar General, I'm loving the fact that they're stocked, but I've always been a Dollar General um, Family Dollar, but a Dollar General girl and a Dollar Tree girl. Dollar General probably was quick before Dollar Tree, but now since they have that dollar aisle and this one particular has everything in there neat and more items stocked, I'll be in there more, you all. So, beautiful souls, thank you all so much for coming in with me as I share these treasures with you all, because what we must understand is that regardless of what time we're in, with the cost of living and everything, it's always good to be on a budget. It's always good to have that mindset. And for me, looking at a few more years of retirement or whatever, I've always had that in my mindset of saying, okay, I've got to, excuse me, y'all, my nose itchy. So I've got to make sure I save up and be budget wise and think about that. That's why I love thrifting and doing all those different things. And you all are doing that as well. So we have to think about the treasures in these things, regardless of their costing $1 or not. You can use these and be just as fine and get the same effect as if you was to go somewhere else and purchase these things. It's about making sure that we save. It's important to save, you all. Very important to save. So I want to just leave with you all with a word of encouragement, inspiration. As I mentioned about these items that I'm sharing with you, how they are treasures. Yes, and these things here are things that cost $1 and they are small, but to us, they're great things. And this is helping us understand and know that no matter where we are in our lives, no matter what we're going through in our lives, the needs are going to be met, which means I always say one of God's promises that He says He's going to always supply our needs according to His not our, his riches and glory. So he's going to always supply for us just as well as we see what's going on in the world right now. People right now are giving away food boxes by the pounds, you all. Oh, by the pounds. It was a place today. I started to go this morning at 9. I just didn't feel tummy too well. Because what I'm doing, I'm going to get the boxes. And what I do, I get them and I share them with my mom who's in her senior apartments, and I share them with her neighbors. Just like when they get things, they share with my mom. So my friend on Friday, she called me. She said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm just getting on the freeway," which is going to be about 20 minutes, maybe like 15, 20 minutes getting home, a little less. So she said, "Well, I'm here now." She was talking about a place which was maybe 5 minutes from my home, a church. So I said, "Okay, I go." So when I came on in, I said, "I'm going to go around the corner." They were still there. And I'm going to show you how God works. And when I pulled right up in, and the church is on a hill, and the boxes were coming, I called my friend. I said, "You got your box?" She said, "No, I'm still here. I've been here since 4 o'clock. It was 5 then." I said, "Well, I'm in." She said, "You in already?" I said, "I'm in the actual driving area, but I'm not getting a box yet." But they were out of boxes. And so when a man came to me, I said, "I pass y'all this building a lot." And I said, "I think I'm gonna come visit y'all, because some Sundays I like to come and visit." And he said, "Do that." So he gave me a little card. I filled it out. And the spirit of what they were sharing, and I love the outreach in communities. I love to just, I like to go visit some churches and look at some things with the outreach. When I see people are really trying to help communities, I go and I visit them. And so he said, "I'm gonna let our pastor know, Pastor in." I said, "Okay." So he helped me turn around because I was in that big old palisade, and I turned around, and he said, "Hold on." And the pastor came to my door. I said, "Hey," I said, "Well, I just want to let y'all know, because anybody," I tell them, I said, "This is great. I'm right up the hill here." And I said, "I just want to let y'all know I appreciate what you're doing." And he said, "Did you get a box?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I'm gonna make sure you get one." I said, "Well, that's fine. I was gonna take it to my mom." He said, "But better than that," he pulled out and gave me a $25 gas card. I said, "Look at God. Thank you." He said, "No, because you took time not only to come, but you actually was sharing and talking about what we're doing." I said, "But that's important to me, to let people know of churches and facilities and their outreach out there." So I want you all to know that there are services out there, people out there willing to help. Don't feel ashamed, don't feel bad about going, because it's okay to go to these places. Because what I do when I go get them, there may be something I may use, and I'm going to fix something and I'm going to take it to my mom, but I'm going to take it to my mom. And my neighbor next door has 3 grandchildren. So I give some things there. So we've got to think about how we can look at these small things, which are great big treasures, and what we can do with them, right? Somebody share with us, so we need to share with others. So just remember that, beautiful soul. No matter what we purchase for $1.50, whatever, it's going to be something we can use, share with others, and think about them as big treasures. Yeah, treasures that God has placed here. And I love the connection and how people are working together to make sure that no child is hungry, no child is left behind, no senior is left behind, nobody's left behind. As I always tell people work in the education arena, oh yeah, there are children that don't have food. So, beautiful souls, once again, thank you all so much for coming in on Ursula's journey. My journey entails many different things, you all. Hope that you all saw some things that you would like to purchase or you have purchased. Leave me a comment, you all. Thank you so much again for those that are coming in to build my channel. I have so much that God is pouring within me to share on this journey that I'm on beyond the actual hauls that I'm sharing with you all. Thank you for those that are subscribing, your likes and shares. And hey, go ahead and click that notification bell so you know when I am coming in with another video. Once again, thank you all so much for your love and support. Peace and blessings to you all. Love you all now. Bye-bye.